Hey everybody, we're Facebook Live right here on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. As you can see, our guests are Ninon, Miss Mala, Neil Portnoy, Tom Hillary, studio engineer and morning man on this station, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9, Mr. Mark Thomas, and also our official photographer, Brian Nofal. Everybody get ready. The show's going to start in just a little bit, and we should be up and running. Jingle will start in 29 seconds.
Power outages again. Even better, all this week, radio listeners get over $700 in free off-the-grid bonuses too. Go to mysolarbackup.com to learn more and check availability. That's mysolarbackup.com.
Red Sox will
For the
lose
free
it again.
report, crisis cooling, how to make absolutely sure your meat, milk, and medicines stay safe
There'll
and
be
cool
2 games under
in a
500.
power outage.
There were
Yours
11
free
games
at
over a month
mysolarbackup.com.
Live from the Hotel Casino and Spa Studio from the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, AM 670 KMCQ.
South Point.
Locally owned and operated by Kemp Broadcasting and Digital Outdoor.
Here we go.
Las Vegas rocks all around the clock. Las Vegas rocks. Pushes town never stops. Las Vegas rocks all around the clock. Pushes town never stops. Las Vegas rocks.
It's the Las Vegas Rocks radio show, the show before the show. Join us for a fast-paced hour of celebrity interviews and entertainment news. And now, here's Ron.
Well, Las Vegas rocks.
And welcome to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm your host, Ron Garrett, and join me, along with the magnificent one, the resident genius, over at Portnoy Gallery, Neil Portnoy. Hello, Neil.
Hello, Ron.
And next to Neil there is movie maker and inventor, producer. How many more titles do you have there, Tom?
I'm just doing 2 per week.
2 per week?
I want people to be able to keep up with
Well,
them.
okay, all these titles. The man makes movies in England, and then we're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm glad. An ever classy lady is with us right now. She is the host and producer of Vegas Live with Ninon, the very, very classy Ninon de Vere de Rosa.
Oh my goodness, Ron, you got that right.
I wrote it down, put a circle around
Yeah,
it.
but you actually said it right.
Yeah.
Because everybody gets it wrong.
Ninon de Vere de Rosa. Ninon de Vere de Rosa.
Oh, he's even got that accent there.
I can do that.
Cool.
I want a middle name.
But, but
That's not a middle name, it's a real surname.
she is so
I want a
famous.
surname.
She is so famous. Yes, sir. There you go. Yeah, that's all you're going to get, Neil.
That's it,
She is so famous, she's like Cher. Everybody knows her as Ninon. You don't
That
need
Ninon, yes. You don't have
You
to
don't
worry
need the
about
rest
the
of it.
Vere de Rosa. Forget
That's
that.
right.
Drop it.
But it's a lovely name.
Thank you very much.
And it has a long history. The Rosas, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now.
They've been around a long time.
The famous De Rosas,
Yes, and they multiply.
and
too.
they're all buried under the Vatican. That's what the problem is with.
No, they're very noted. All over Italy, they're very noted.
Okay.
You bump into them.
Also sitting next to the ever classy Ninon is the Best of Las Vegas Award in Lounges, Best of Vegas Award Lounge Act.
That's right.
A DJ, singer, TV host, the beautiful Miss Mala.
Gracias.
Good to have you here, directly back from Puerto Vallarta.
That's right.
That you had a good time.
Yes, indeed.
On the phone is entertainer Billy Fisher. We'll be talking with him and see what's going on with that. He's, I think he was at the IAC last night
He was.
with Nicholas Cole.
Yeah, he's also taken over at Saddle and Spurs. They do an open mic type country jam, and Billy will talk a little bit more
Bobby
about
Kingston
that
over there.
with Bobby Kingston.
That's a nice place.
Yes,
Yes.
great praise.
Have you been there, Ninon?
I did a movie. I filmed there. I filmed them there.
We were waiting for a phone call from Diva Rose, but she is busy tonight. She's going to call in next week. But I'm going to give her a plug in just a few minutes about her show when I do the shout-outs. Diva Rose Kingsley I'm talking about. Also on the show will be at 40 minutes to the hour, my friend Andrew Hill of the Beatles Mania, 60s Mania show, which I had the pleasure of producing in the Casbah Theater when I was.
Who does he play in the tribute that they do to the
I think
Beatles?
he's Paul.
He is Paul.
I think he's
I'm
Paul.
glad he's Paul, because Paul isn't the real Paul. We'll talk
Oh,
about
no,
that later.
No, I'm really confused.
You've been pushing that theory for a long time. Paul's not Paul,
He
right?
died in a car crash.
He's really dead. Okay.
Next thing I know, this could be Ninon's not Ninon.
You're not Ninon
I'm
either.
not-
Yeah, all right. And that's a tribute to the Beatles. Andrew Hill, he'll be on. But first, our disclaimer and shout-outs. Disclaimer is that everything we play on music today on the show is fully licensed with all the publishing houses. We are completely legal.
Yeah.
ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, so everything is cool. This is a
LGBTQ plus
BBQ,
plus. You know,
none
we
of
get
that,
everything.
You know, that's a big thing for Vegas, being legal. Because you said everything's legal and we're in Vegas.
Well, we're on a radio. That's true.
Hello?
We're on an FCC radio station, so they comply with all the necessary things in order to play all the music that you're about to hear. Shout outs today, my sweetheart Tammy. I don't know if she's watching or listening to the show, but she's surely listening. I love you, baby, and I'll see you in a little bit. Want to say hello to last week's guests. Again, they did a great job. Over 904 views on last week's show right now, Neil.
Wow.
That's a pretty good number.
And growing.
And it's an organic number. Nothing was boosted. None of that stuff that you pay. You pay Facebook. Oh, I'm on Facebook.
I've
right
never
now.
done that, yeah.
Better watch what I'm saying.
Hey, in the chat room, by the way, in the chat room, a John Scaglione,
Johnny Skaggs, yeah.
Johnny Skaggs is joining late, but he is listening in Tampa,
Well, there-
which is proof that we are all over the country.
Well, there is his shout out. I was going to do it, but he just got
He
it.
got his own.
That's right. Ashley Fuller, thank you for last week. Lou Gazera, he was at the IAC the other night. What a great show he did.
Oh, he's fabulous.
Lou Gazera. I want to say hello to Stevie Dunham. He called in with Street Corner Records and his new record coming out. He's the record label for Little Anthony.
Little Anthony.
Yeah, and the music. Brand new CD by Little Anthony. Look for the party, for the record release party, or the CD release party. Another red carpet thing, which you're a pro at,
Thank you.
Nina. Miss,
Thank you.
Miss Red Carpet, big time. Hello to my Florida cousins.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Well, see, I'm...
Richie,
V.
V.
Okay, that's it.
That's all I know.
All right, so we got two sets of cousins. First of all, there was the Geratanos,
Geratanos.
which are on the West Coast. That's my dad's.
Did they shorten
side.
that to Geritol?
They didn't shorten it, but I got called that plenty. That's why I'm Ron Garrett right now. You know, no more Geritol or Geronimo or
Oh, De Rosa.
De Vere de Rosa, whatever they
De
couldn't
Rosa.
say, whatever they couldn't say.
Just ended in a vowel when you're
Yeah.
good.
So we got the Geratanos on the West Coast and the Rosanos, that's my mother's side, on the East Coast. So that's Diane,
Diane.
Michelle in Arkansas,
Hi, Michelle.
Susie in New York,
Hey, Susie.
Richie V in
Richie
Florida,
V. You already mentioned
in
twice.
Florida, and Frank.
And Frank.
They're all in Florida. On the other side, on the East Coast, Bud Caputo
Bud Caputo.
in Palm Beach, and Lou Rosano down
Hey,
in Miami.
Lou.
In Miami.
In Miami.
Also say hello to Rainmaker Productions, Patrick and Sam Barney. They have a TV show. I watched it this morning, 5:30 a.m., called Vegas Beyond the Strip on Channel 33. Don't miss it. Aaron Phillips over at Aaron's Hour, and he had our friend Lou on today.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? I watched it.
I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Lou's always a good guest. I mean,
Lou's great.
You know, Mr. Las
Lou's
Vegas.
great.
I knew him.
We also want to salute all the live music venues that we talk about, because they keep the show business going here in Las Vegas. And we're all about local entertainers, and that's where they're working.
Absolutely.
In a lot of spaghetti circuits place. You know, the spaghetti restaurant, Italian restaurants got all the talent. Italians like to have music.
Yeah, well, it
In their
adds
restaurants.
to the
I was
ambiance.
married to an Italian for 30 years. I know what they like.
Well, then you understand.
I've never heard about the
I can't wait to find out what they're like. I'm going to ask you that question.
You really
Hello
wanna
to
know?
Jerry Walker and Marty Carmo up in Reno. My two buddies up there. They listen religiously every single week. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you because Michael Grimm, you know, season 5 winner, America's Got Talent, on his new CD, The Red Album, is a song about Jerry Walker. I'm curious if it's the same
no.
Jerry Walker.
Probably not.
It wasn't a complimentary song, by the way.
No, that's not Jerry.
Okay.
It's not Jerry. Even though if it was, he would love it no matter whether it was complimentary or not.
He's
You
got
know.
to listen to it. It's on the Red Album.
No,
Michael
Jerry's
Grimm.
a great guy. He is The Rock when The Rock is 75 years old. That's what The Rock could look like, Jerry.
There you go.
That's right. He's
Where's
that kind of
all that?
guy. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. Dixie Dooley, my magician friend, who dropped by a few weeks ago. Hello, Dixie. The Jew Man Group over at the Tuscany. Have you seen it, Nina?
I haven't seen it
We all
yet.
got to see. Teresa, have you seen it?
I have not.
No, I haven't
want
seen
Anybody?
to.
I did the new logo and still have not seen the show.
Well, then we're remiss. We all need to go see that, and we got to go see the great talent that's in
Yeah.
that show.
Yes.
And they've been on the show. They've been on my show.
Yep.
Also, the Rat Pack. You saw that recently,
Oh,
didn't you?
yes, they're fabulous.
They're fabulous.
Oh,
Great show.
You went there with some friends of yours, didn't you?
From-
Neil.
Neil, yeah, from
What's your name?
Neil, yeah, from New York. My New York cousins. We took them to the Rat Packers back, and it was a fabulous.
They are
show.
fantastic. We want to also shout out to Reckless in Vegas at the Sahara. We're going to have Michael Shapiro on the show next week,
Yep.
and we're hoping
Ooh.
for Kelly Clinton or
oh, she's fabulous.
Ann Martinez, because Ann Martinez is going to be the feature in the month of August. Kelly Vaughn, the feature in the month of September, and Kelly Clinton just finished being the feature for the month of July in that show. We recommend it. Get on down there and see it. Also, Janet Conway in New Jersey. How you doing, Janet? Had a long talk with her. She's preparing to get Gene Ferrari back to Vegas. Looking for a date in the fall or the spring. So we're looking forward to that. PJ G. Maria, how you feeling, PJ? He's out there cruising the country in his RV. And his beautiful wife, Mar, and he had some neck problems, but I think he's better now. So get well quick. If you're not already, let me know how you feeling. Give me a call. Derek David's got the Fair to Remember coming up at the Italian American Club on September 18th.
He's been promoting that for quite some time, so I hope the build-up is going to bring the people in. For
I hope so too.
It'll be a great show.
I'm the MC
Yeah,
in the show, so I hope everybody's
it's
there.
going to be a good show.
I think I'm the. I might not be.
No, you're still on the poster. You're
I'm
in
still
the
on the
show.
poster. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, so it's not a show in L.A. that didn't work out, is it? So let's. That was another story there.
You weren't meant to
Okay,
be
I'm going to go to a break right now and come back and talk about the Bronx Wanderers and menopause. Actually, I'll do that now before I go to break because I want to get the conversation started. So we love menopause. Ninon, you've
I
seen
love it.
menopause,
Yes,
the
I
musical.
have.
Miss Mala, have you seen it?
I have not.
We're going to fix you up so you can go.
I want to go.
Okay, we'll set you up
Perfect.
with Kathy and Alan Gliss. They're the producers.
Perfect.
And you can see the show every day, 7 days a week at 8 o'clock. And 4 in the afternoon on Saturdays and Tuesdays.
Wow.
Also, back at the Westgate are the Bronx Wanderers.
Yeah.
Tickets start at $49. Get over there and see one of the best shows in town. Picked as the best tribute show in town, but that's not really a tribute show. What would you say it is, Neil?
It's a cover show it's a tremendous visual audio performance. It'll get you up out of your seats. You will be dancing in the aisles. I tell everyone, in my opinion, it's one of the best shows to go see in
It is.
Vegas.
And you
wow.
can see it at the
It is.
Westgate Sunday at 6 p.m., Monday through Thursday at 8, and in 2 weeks back on Fridays and Saturdays right now. They're out of town making big money.
Yeah, and just like, the TV soap operas that spin off to something else, Vincent John is spinning off this Sunday at Notoriety for his one-man show. Although it's not one man, he's got a full band of all original music. So check it out at Notoriety, Vincent John.
That's a Renaissance
Awesome.
man, right?
Renaissance
Renaissance
man.
man, correct.
No, Vincent John is going to do a good job
Yep.
down
Yeah.
there.
Very talented
And
kid.
I listened to some of his new music. It's very interesting. Let's put it that way. And I hope some of it becomes a hit because you really need that these days.
Yeah.
You got to have a hit record, right, Miss Molly?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
You do. Or a TV show.
Or a TV show.
One or the other. We're going to go to break right now. Here's a friend of yours, Matt Dorman,
Yep, Dorman Band.
who wrote this. It's called I Really Love Vegas. Could be a good jingle for
Great
this show or the city. Listen to it.
And I got tired of waiting, so I got on a plane and here I am again in Vegas. Just couldn't stay away, knew I was gonna make my home someday in Vegas. I can't help but love the city, life's so bright inside, so pretty, things your own imagination couldn't do, no. I can't help but love this town, I quit my job, I'm moving down, there's plenty more where I'm going. Vegas is the town that's growing, ain't gonna fight this feeling, this time I'm really in love with Vegas. Las Vegas, ain't gonna fight this feeling, this time I'm really in love with Vegas. Las Vegas.
In break.
I'm Attorney Paul Powell.
Facebook is still running.
Do you want to win your ticket?
11 live
The
viewers.
insurance company
Pretty good.
saying,
That's really good.
We have 11 people watching this right now. Live.
I for sure can help you.
If you're tired
When we come back,
call
we're going to start talking with everybody.
Patrick Crazy. Tonight we have two beauties on the left and two respected characters on the left.
And on the right,
I wonder who they all
He
are.
has good intentions, though. We're all on the left.
Well, we're all left.
Yeah, we're both on the left.
We're all leftists.
He always has such nice things to say.
Estefano, the entertainer, is watching. Hey, Estefano.
Or uses force against them. Police may have to use sufficient force in response to obtain compliance. Use of force is always ugly. Nobody likes it, especially police, and nobody knows how it will turn out. Spread the word. For de-escalation to work, both parties must de-escalate, and de-escalation isn't necessary if there is no escalation.
And the Red
Why
Sox
not
lose.
escalate? Don't attack or try to disarm an officer.
How are you,
Whether it's
Neil
getting asked a
Courtney?
question, getting a
Neil Portnoy
citation,
asks
or
Robert
getting arrested.
Vere.
I'm
Don't
good,
argue,
Robert.
don't
Hi,
resist,
Robert.
Don't flee. After the encounter has been resolved, it's time to address any complaints. Comply now, complain later. Everybody's safe.
It's beautiful,
This message
Brian.
brought to you by the National
Got 20 comments already
To learn more about how to
on the
help
show.
law enforcement
We just started.
Are they good comments?
Yeah.
.org.
We are.
My Uncle Roger and I used to come to the
Oh, I can't read that.
I really
Couldn't.
What was I?
I'm good, Robin. How are you?
Normally I would.
I want to go to Puente Vallarta.
You need to.
As long as you and I look good.
Exactly. Nothing else matters.
Visit NevadaResilienceProject.com.
10 seconds.
This message put out by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcaster Association and this station.
costs money.
Oh, still.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm your host, Ron Garrett, right here on KMZQ 670 AM in Las Vegas with 25,000 watts of radio power. And we're reaching, did you say you took a drive, Mark, and you got the signal all the way up into
Mesquite.
Mesquite? And further beyond that, almost 30, 40 miles away. So
We're past Tonopah now?
we're past Tonopah, if you keep going.
Excellent.
Let me introduce to you my guests. First of all, we're lucky to have two beautiful ladies in studio, as opposed to the four guys we had the other day. You know, this is much
Well,
better.
that must have been boring.
That must have been very boring. Let me start by introducing Ninon de Vere de Rosa, who is a media influencer. You familiar with that?
A little bit.
You are. That's the word I'm going to use for you, Ninon, influencer.
The
Because
influencer. Yeah, I'm known for Ninon the influencer.
Ninon the influencer.
Yeah.
You've been on television here in Las Vegas for 7 years.
Yes.
You've interviewed so many different people. By the way, you had a birthday in, was it June
I
19th?
had June 19th.
June
I had
19th,
it.
yeah.
And can I tell them how old I am?
Only if you want to. I ain't going to say it.
Okay, I'm going to tell because I love it.
I'm going to play a video that you say it in.
So yeah, what difference does it make? I'm
Does
80. I'm 80 years old. Yeah, I know everybody goes, oh, yes, I'm 80 years old. I was born in 1942 because if you find out if anybody's lying about their age, you immediately ask them, what year were you born? And if they don't answer right away, you know they're lying.
Yeah, well,
That's a little catch.
I was born in 1943. I'm not too far
Oh,
off.
wait a second. You're young. Oh, everybody is always older than I am.
I had
younger
my,
than you.
I had my 39th anniversary of 30. I'm not getting any older.
Your 39th anniversary of 39. Okay.
Ninon is responsible for Vegas Live with Ninon. Ninon Speaks, Media Image, studied at the City of London Academy. You're a media image coaching specialist.
Yes.
You have over 100 prestigious awards for charitable, philanthropic, and innovative television production and journalistic ventures. Wow.
I'm going to keep you around with me.
Took me an hour to write this down. Ninon's Kids Talk Foundation is another one of your famous things. The LA Business Journal Award, the Davy Award, the USA President's Award, the Gracie Allen Award, the Telly Awards. Oh, my goodness. All these great awards for Ninon
Yes.
de Vere de Rosa.
Well, I have to say, all my Telly Awards and a lot of my awards are really because of the show I had, Voices of Tomorrow. I had the show for the younger generation, so it was all to do with the kids. So I dedicate that all to the kids.
And then one of your favorite quotes is, keep talking, I'm listening.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm listening.
And another one I liked and I found, I wrote it down. The man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd.
You like that one, huh?
I like that one.
I thought that was amazing because we don't think of that, and then suddenly you realize that wow, he doesn't even see the crowd.
That's
and
right.
And he's still
And
conducting.
he's leading the band.
And he's leading the band.
That's
so
right.
without him, there is nothing.
So let's back up a little bit, Nina. Born in England.
Yes.
We don't need to go that far back, you know. Born in
We
England.
can. We can go back.
So you have, I don't know why I should bring this up, but you had some experience with World War II if you were born in England in 1942.
You know, it's funny you should bring that up because I can remember living in this very, very large house in Torquay, Devon. Most people will know where it is. And I can remember actually the blackout curtains up. And I remember looking out of it, and my grandfather was walking around the house, and my mother and father weren't home at the moment. There was 3 of us at home. And I always remember the blackout. So you're right, I do remember it.
Well, that goes back to that time for sure.
What was the blackouts?
The
Blackouts.
They were being bombed in
We
England.
we were actually at war. We had
Germany.
quite a few things going on.
World War II, Neil.
And
I wasn't around then, but
You remember that?
I really don't remember that.
so
Yeah,
this
you
is
do.
going to reach some people, but not all people. So I guess, you know, yes. I don't know if I want to admit that now.
So the family that you came from, talk a little bit about the family, because obviously your last name is a legendary family in England.
Actually, my last name is Whiteway Wilkinson, so it's actually Ninon de Vere Whiteway Wilkinson. And that's because the Wilkinsons would not drop their name, and the Whiteways wouldn't drop their name, so it became hyphenated.
I had 2 ex-wives drop my name in a heartbeat.
And they're
I
happy.
love that.
And they're a lot
It's filled
happier.
to death, yeah.
And they're
love
very
that.
happy.
Now,
Right?
the De Vere family, and I had somebody from Loyola Marymount University because I was the founder of the Holt Roach Awards for Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles, and I had one of the professors there research who I was, because nobody really knew who I was.
What did they find out?
They found out that in the 1600s, De Vere was part of the royal family.
Doesn't surprise me a bit.
So I'm part of the royal family.
Oh, well,
Ron.
you're definitely...
You have it
I'm
down.
trying to.
Well, that car you drive around in is definitely royalty.
Oh, I have it outside actually.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
it's a beautiful car.
Yes, I have my Bentley outside.
You are royalty in Las Vegas for sure. You know, there's no doubt about it.
I'm royalty because of you, Ron.
Because of me,
you've
right?
invited
No,
me
you
on
and you
the show.
started all this stuff. You gave everybody the idea to do this in the first place, especially on internet. Because when you started,
Do you know?
there
do you know
wasn't
something?
internet wasn't very big when you started.
Nobody was doing any show. There was no talk shows
No.
in Vegas. Nothing. So I come along and I came out with Ninon Live. Was one of the first ones. Had a little bit of a disruption there, but I won't talk about that. And then I decided to do another show. So I met this guy called John, and we sort of got the show going and everything else. And then everybody started opening their own shows.
Yep.
So they're stealing our show, Ninon. I said, listen, they can steal anything they want. They can't steal the voice.
And they can't steal you.
No, I'm not stealable.
No, because
I can't be stealed.
the
They
host
can't.
makes the show.
Well, yes.
In
the
our case,
host.
the host, the co-host, and the producer make the show.
Yeah, but they all make the show.
Everybody's got to get credit around here.
Well, no, but they all make the show, but they're always the one person. Like you, Ron, you are in charge of this. You take care of it. You are out there. And without you, actually, there would not be a show.
I agree. No, I agree. 1,000%. You are correct.
You could,
Tom doesn't.
but you could have your own show.
I can do my own show, but
And
it
then
wouldn't
it would
be
be
the
your
same.
show. There
Listen,
would-
I'm not a Hall of Famer in the broadcasting
No, but it will-
industry. Ron Garrett is.
But it would be your show. Like my show is my show. Your show would be your show. You know. So
Well, let's bring in Teresa Mala into this for a moment, okay?
Yeah,
Miss
Teresa.
Mala, let me give you a little background on Miss Mala. Just back from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico,
Yes, see.
where you were down there, and then a condo that was a friend of ours' condo, Rob
Yes,
Caceres, right?
yes, amazing.
And you were
VRBO.
you were with your son. Have you traveled with your son before?
No, and he's so cute. My little 6'2" baby boy.
6'2", huh?
He's a
Yeah,
huge kid.
yeah. He's like, Mom, I want to take you somewhere for your birthday this year. So I was like, Puerto Vallarta.
So you went to eat the La Palapa restaurant. You recommend
Lapa.
La Palapa, okay.
Lapa.
La Palapa. I'm doing the English accent version.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
It should be.
touche.
Miss Mala is known for her work with the Crooners Inc., with the Coconut Crew. She's also a fantastic tribute artist doing Selena
Is that Crooners Inc.?
and Crooners Inc.
Yeah,
What
it
I say?
sounded like Hooters Inc. No, that's what I thought you said. I
Maybe
really
I'll come
did.
up with something new.
I'll leave it to you to say Hooters. You know,
Oh,
there's no doubt about that.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Let's keep the water out of it.
that's right. The Selena tribute, which I have a cut coming up here. Well, that's not this one. The next one. Some of you doing it a little bit, Miss Mala.
Yeah.
And you're from Rosarito, Mexico.
See?
Which is, I used to go to Rosarito Beach all the time down there. I had a lot of fun down there. And Newport Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's also in the same area. And are you working on a movie or a show called The Selena, the series?
I did not work on that. It was started filming as I was leaving.
As you were leaving in Rosarito?
In Rosarito.
Oh, I got to say it that way. Rosarito.
Rosarito. It's with an O.
You know what I get a kick? You know what I get a kick out of Miss Mala is when the news and weather people on television, who are Spanish, do it. They say a Spanish word, they break right into the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Sí, bueno, in today's news, it's a great play.
And you're supposed to understand it.
You guys supposed to, but we do. But it's in the accent. They get the whole thing going.
Yeah.
You just did it with Rosarita.
Rosarito.
I love it.
Rayas de Rosarito.
I love it. I love it. So, you're back in action again, Miss Mala?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit of what's going on in your life.
Oh my gosh. So things are changing, of course, but I'm onward and upward. So I'm focused now on Miss Mala Music and all of the productions that I can do through my production company. That includes, so I'm working on a show right now with Deanne Cameron, Scythe and Deanne Cameron. We're going to do something at the Mint in November. The title, Everything, will be coming soon. And
In November, you
In
said.
November, so I'll be posting that pretty soon here. It's going to be a production. It's going to be a great show at the Mint. And then I'm also working on a new production with residency to replace crooners at the Mint. And it's going
So you're not going back to crooners?
No.
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 What's going to happen to that show? It was a pretty good show.
It may retire. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the word I've gotten. So, but at the end of the day, we got Best Lounge Act in Las Vegas Weekly last year. Nicholas Cole got it this year.
Hey, Nicholas,
Boo.
our man.
Yeah. So those are my big things that I'm working on. I'm going to resume my hosting of the open mic night that we launched there 2 years ago. I'm going to resume my hosting there in September. I wanted August to kind of regroup, rebrand, self-care, just kind of figure out now my next move. So I need time, to do that. So I'll still have some gigs this month. I do have DJ gigs throughout the
I was
month.
going to bring that up. You do a lot of DJ work.
I do a lot of DJ work. It's a whole lot of fun.
You got your own DJ stuff you bring out?
I do.
You got all that?
I do, if I have to.
You're available for corporate gigs?
I'm available.
How do you
for
stay
everything.
up on all the new techno music which DJs are
Oh my
playing?
God.
'Cause I don't know any of those songs.
Let's answer that question right after we come back. Right now, we're going to take a break. I got to get the bills paid.
Yep.
And we're going to go to break with Miss Mala singing "Ooh Baby Baby." Here we go.
You know what we care about the most here at Cheap
Yeah, go to break. Break.
We want our customers to
All right.
have the best experience.
I should get a phone call from Little Billy. Is he on the phone?
Here we go now.
Okay, let me come back from break. I'm going to go to Little Billy.
We have so many used cars.
And back to Ninon, down the line again. Tom, get ready.
55 West Sahara Avenue. You know what you're gonna say?
Yeah, I got
And
it.
when I go to Ninon, I'm going to be discussing things in a little bit. Maybe we can bring you into the company.
Awesome. Thanks for being.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
Everybody hear that?
having you here. All right, I'm gonna put you on hold. You'll be able to hear the station. We'll be back in about 90 seconds or so.
This is meine key. Und I only trust one place with meine key. Meine key car care.
Preferably the handset, yeah, not
They are so
speaker.
transparent with Ian's
It gets a little
which
thin.
shows photos of the problems
Is that him?
they fix.
Tell him to turn his radios off, and
Oh yeah, and make sure your radio's down.
he can hear everything we're saying when I come to him. I'm going to come to him right after this.
I only trust meine
Okay,
key.
I'll put you on hold and we'll be back in 60 seconds or so.
Total car care.
Right now, get a basic oil change for only $29.95. Meineke, doing car care right.
We are there in your community. Small business owners,
14 eyes on. Pretty good.
police officers, homemakers,
I am so proud of
serving
Sally
our nation
and
in the Air Force Reserve.
Members Legacy.
When medical
Have you seen the
emergencies
show?
arise, we meet
Oh,
the
yeah.
job,
You mean Ned and Karen?
Ned and Sally.
In cybersecurity.
Ned
Karen,
and Karen,
yeah.
Richard and
protecting
Karen.
and
I'm
defending
so
in
proud of
cyberspace.
them. I mean, it didn't work out at the
Natural
end,
disasters
but I think that
Well, they're in a perfect venue for what they're doing.
I want to be where they are.
As a
I
support
aspire
of
to
the
be.
nation's defense, we are
That's part
there
of
in the
this.
community. share a vision
To what goes on behind the scenes.
We can see it here.
taking pride in being there in
There's there people are watching and listening.
Networking.
We both know, we all know that.
7 seconds.
80 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm your host, Ron Garrett, right here on AM 670 KMZQ, where you can tune in every Saturday evening at 5 p.m. with some great guests like we have right now. On the phone at this moment is a good friend of ours. Bring on little Billy. Hey, little Billy Fisher, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? How are you?
I'm good. Where are you at right now?
I'm actually in my car.
Oh, you're not. I thought maybe you'd be singing with Nicholas Cole. Was that last night?
That was last night.
That was fun, Billy.
It was fun, yeah.
Miss Mala was there. She said you guys were fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was cut short, but that's another story. But,
Well, that's okay. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. It was cut short because you lost the power. Miss Mala, join into this. What happened last night, Billy and Teresa?
well, I was right in the middle of my tour, and Miss Mala came up and was singing with us during that song, and right when we got to my girl, power goes off, and mercy lights go on.
We started singing a cappella. It was awesome.
Billy, but Billy, I've got a question. Why do they use the word cut short?
Here we go.
Man, if I was there, I'd be on a milk crate, and I'd pound you one day.
Go, Billy.
Just tell him to shine on, Billy. Shine on, Neil.
Hey, Billy, have you been on Ninon live in Vegas with Ninon? Have you been on that show yet? Vegas Live with Ninon.
And Ninon, I'm so sorry. I'd love to be back.
Well, you're going to be back. I'm on a sabbatical at the moment, but I'm organising to come back because too many people have come up to get back on again. So now I feel guilty because I'm not on the show. I've got calls coming in everywhere. So
happy birthday to you, belated, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You
That's
know
right.
something, Billy Fisher. You're the best. You are the best in town. Tell you.
Hey,
Really.
Billy, what's up?
Can't believe
Billy, what's up for you in the future now? You did Nicholas Cole last night. Where are you going to be next?
I'm at the Italian Club on Fridays for July and August. Now all of August and Fridays. On Fridays with Nicholas Cole. And then I'm at a place called Bellavitas at the District. It's the Green Valley Ranch. The casino. I'm there every Tuesday, 6 to 9. And then again, I'm filling in. I did a Santa Fe and a Fat City Horns gig.
Wow.
On vocals for that.
How cool is that?
Windjammers. That was awesome. And also Windjammers, which is a yacht rock group, which you're no cause as well. I filled in on vocals.
I love yacht rock.
Billy, talk a little bit about Saddle and Spurs thing that you're doing also.
Yeah. You mentioned it's not the country jam. They do have a country jam. Mine is, I took it over for Reno Bellamy. Last year he wanted to not do it anymore, and he asked me if I'd be interested, and so I kept his name, and he eventually said you need to change the name, so I call it now Little Billy's LV Rock and Soul All-Star Jam, which is more rock and roll, a little bit of soul, and some blues mixed in there.
Well, we also found out that you run Spotlight at the Italian American Club, the Lou Gazzara show. You did a great job. You always kept it on him.
Good to know. I need a spotlight guy.
You know, I enjoy doing stuff like that. I never take care. I was at the. That's where I'm coming up from the Italian American Club because I was helping.
I could hear you singing.
Guy.
I could hear you singing back there, Billy. I did.
You did? Oh, yeah. Just go to the rest of the
I'm just kidding. Hey, Billy.
And it might not be a good thing for you.
Billy, thanks for calling into the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate
We're going to have you on live in studio, give you some more time to tell what's going on. We love it when you work with Nicholas Cole over there at the Italian American Club. Thanks for calling in, Billy.
I'm also on that Vegas Street thing that you watch, which is part of it, VegasBeyondTheStrip.com with Sam and
Yeah.
Yeah. So look out for that on Sundays early morning. So I thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Hi.
Okay.
Bye, Billy.
Bye, Billy. Little Billy Fisher. He's great.
He's fabulous.
So he wants to be on your show, do you know?
He was on my show before, so he's coming back.
He wants to be on, so
cool.
Let's broach the elephant in the room right now, which would be the subject of Ninon on a sabbatical. Let me get Mark. Mark, would you bring up Ninon's Vegas Live with Ninon, that cut?
Oh, my speech.
Yeah. So let me play this.
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll talk about when it's over.
Okay, great.
Okay, here's Ninon. It's on YouTube. You can find it, but it's also on Facebook. This is her telling us what's new.
Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, my host. Well, that's a new way of putting it. As you can see, I don't have a guest with me. But I have some very important news for you. I've been doing Vegas Live for 7 years now, and really haven't missed any time except when the COVID hit us and I had to lay back from, I think it was March until June, and naturally I couldn't go anywhere or have a holiday or do anything. So it's been rather a long haul for me. Every single week I have actually done this and enjoyed every single moment of it. It's come to a time of my life, on Sunday, this coming Sunday, I am going to be 80 years old, or 80 years young, I don't mind, whichever way you look at it. And I feel pretty good, and I'm still sort of, still climbing out there and doing things out there and love every moment of it. And I'm going to go on a sabbatical for Vegas Live with Ninon. I need to have a break, and what I want to do, I want to reorganize a lot of stuff that I am doing, and especially with Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm very well known, obviously, that you all know, in the music industry out there. I've given a lot of people the platform. I've given them a hope, I hope, of a place where they can actually say who they are, what they are, and why they are. And entertainers, a lot of them, they're too big to be down here, and they're not big enough to be up here. So I kind of came in, and I was the right platform for them to give them the exposure, to let people know who they are, and the talent and the time and everything that goes into what they do. They're just very, very talented people. Being in Vegas, the entertainment place of the world. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope, truly hope, I've helped a lot of people out there in what they're doing and to struggle. And, a lot of them have a job, and then they do what they like, which is their talent, which is singing, any of that stuff out there. So I don't know when I'm coming back, but I'm definitely going to be coming back. I haven't gone completely. I'm still in town. I'm still running around. But I just want to take a sabbatical. I want to just collect myself a little bit. I just want to put a lot of stuff together and sort of see where I'm going with it and how I can change it and how I can get more people in Vegas and even outside of Vegas, the world, because as you know, we're on the internet, and which is worldwide. Somebody said to me the other day, well, where are you?
So that's a piece you put on Facebook.
Yes.
Now, you say you're taking, are you okay? You need a little...
No, I'm fine, I'm
okay. Live radio, we gotta... Anyway,
keep the voice going.
You put that out there.
Yes, I did.
Because you want everybody to see it. Tell us a little bit about the motivation behind that, and why are you taking this sabbatical?
Why, to reorganize. Excuse me. Reaching 80 was rather a sort of, it's kind of a large number up there.
Let me take a break and give you a chance to clear your throat, okay? Let's do that. We're going to take a break right now. Here's one of my favorite going to break songs, WKRP in Cincinnati. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever happened to me, I'm on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, WKRP.
Love it.
Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got no time of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while.
Second verse. At the end of the second verse, go to break.
Heading up that highway, leaving you behind. Hardest thing I ever had
to do.
Broke my heart in two, but baby, pay no mind. The price for finding me was losing you. Memories help me hide my lonesome feeling. Far away from you and feeling low. It's getting late, my friend, my love, I miss you so. Take good care of you, I've gotta go.
I'm fine.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just wanted to give you a moment to.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'll get through it. It's just that tickle. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. Like,
Tom?
Yes.
You're going to come on when I talk with Ninon about England.
Absolutely.
And Miss Mala, I'll be back to you shortly. I got more of your music.
That was pretty cool.
We got the Selena theme. We got Selena theme queued up.
I love doing Selena.
Over 50,000 police
That
officers
didn't sound good, Teresa.
Oh, no. Now that you say that.
Like, granted, I do erotic thrillers, but that still did not sound good.
Yeah. Oh,
You're on camera.
you know what I meant.
Police may have to use sufficient force.
We have a call at 40.
Use of force is
Okay,
always
we're
under.
the Andrew.
Nobody likes it, especially
Faux
the police, and nobody knows how it will turn out. Spread the word for de-escalation to work. Both parties must de-escalate. And de-escalation isn't necessary if there is no escalation.
Terry Haley and I go back and forth over that.
Don't
Yeah.
attack or
She
try
doesn't
to
believe me.
disarm
So
an officer,
read
whether it's
the
getting
stuff.
asked a question, getting a citation.
It's on the internet.
or
It must be
getting
true.
arrested.
It's gotta be true.
Don't resist.
Don't start
flee.
that.
After the encounter has been
I don't go
resolved,
there with that.
I didn't start it.
I know. Well, don't perpetuate.
I love to do that.
everybody's safe. This
He's
message
not
brought
dead.
to you
Paul
by
McCartney's not dead. Have you seen Paul McCartney recently at all?
about how to help law
It
enforcement.
looks
you
good.
mean the show Love?
No, from the real Paul McCartney. He thinks he's really dead.
Oh.
It's a lookalike.
It's a
But
look
not.
like, yeah, he won a contract.
I'm fine.
He actually played, and they taught him how to play left-handed.
Well, the guy who plays Paul does a good job.
He
He's
does a
writing new
great,
songs
he's
and everything.
become Paul McCartney.
Is he good?
That's right, he's very good.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org.
This
A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration,
is actually Mark.
Project Yellow Light, and Net
I'll put you on hold and we'll be right with you.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks Radio Show. I'm Ron Garrett, your host, along with Ninon, Miss Mala, Neil Portnoy, Tom Hillary, and of course our in-studio people. On the phone right now is Andrew Hill of 60s Mania. Hello, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Ron. How you doing?
Andrew, 60s Mania, right?
60s Mania and Forever Fab. We're doing a double show this weekend coming up, or the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August. But exactly. We go way back, Ron, don't we? Back to the Sahara.
That's right. You did a great job for me when I was the entertainment director there in the Casbah Theater. What a wonderful job you did.
Wonderful, wonderful venue. I missed the old Casbah.
Good, good. So you've been traveling lately, right?
A lot of traveling. It started based about a year ago once the COVID started lifting. We were traveling a lot in Arizona and fly dates in places like Minnesota and Pennsylvania and Texas. So we've been all over the place with the show. And it's great. I mean, it's just a shame, we have to travel more than do gigs in Vegas, but it works. So,
you come to the South. You said you're at the South Point, right?
South Point on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August.
Of
so
August.
Next weekend.
So it's coming up next week.
Yeah, next week.
Next week.
Yeah. Have you been on Ninon's? Have you been on Ninon's TV show yet?
I don't think so.
No, you haven't, and you're English, and you've deserted me.
That's right.
Traitor.
He's Australian.
Oh, are you Australian? Are you Australian?
Yes, I'm a convict.
Oh, so when you must have gone there. Did you go there in the 60s? Because that's when they used to buy your ticket, but you had to stay there mandatory for 2 years.
That's exactly right. You have to get
Is that what you did?
Yeah, no, I'm not that old. So It's nice talking to you, Nina. It's always good hearing a proper accent.
Yes, it's the best accent in the entire world, actually.
Hey,
I think.
This is Neil Portnoy. Talk a little bit about the show, because there's a lot of tribute shows over the years that have done or try to replicate the sound of the Beatles. Talk a little bit about why what you do is different than what they do.
Okay, well, let me give you a little bit of background. I started my musical career back in Australia back in the 80s. And I was a wee lad, and I joined a theatre production doing the Beatles down there. And from that, because I'm left-handed, I play bass and I can sing, so it worked the part, it looked the part. So we did that, and then we formed our own show, and we just toured exclusively in the late 80s and up to the
mid-90s all throughout Southeast Asia.
Now,
We
what
just worked in
about
Hong Kong.
what about costume-wise? Are you wearing the Beatle wigs?
Oh, yeah.
or-
We've got all the costuming. We've got all the costuming because, you know, there's only a few bands that people recognise visually what they're supposed to look like. So, you know, the Beatles is one, ABBA's one, the Rolling Stones, Kiss. But there's not a lot of other bands are generic. You know, it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't really matter. But there's certain bands that had a certain look about them. And the Beatles are probably one of the, you know, we're Elvis, of course. It's probably the best-known band in the world that everyone knows what they're supposed to look like.
I mean, I still have my Nehru suit.
So there you go.
Yeah, so
they made this comeback.
I don't have any hair, but they make wigs, so we'd be good.
We wear all the costumes, we've got all the gear and so forth, and all the wigs and so forth, and the Beatle boots, and, you know, the Hofstra guitars, and the Gretsch guitars, and the Rickenbackers, so we've got all the gear. And, you know, we've been studying the group for, you know, a long, long time, the Beatles, so, you know, we're kind of experts in the whole the situation of the music and the harmonies and the vocals, and who sang what part and who did what part, and so forth, and the persona on stage, and the introductions, and the look and the mannerisms. That's just very different to a musical show in the theatre. So we do the Beatles, but this show's a little bit different we've got coming up. Because what we do, we have two shows. We've got the Forever Fab show, which is the Beatles, and, you know, that's been successful. We did 3 years at the Sheraton Waikiki, and we ended that about 5 years ago, and we were over there for 3 years. And the 60s Mania show is like a smorgasbord of the 60s. And the reason that show eventuated was, well, you know, we love the music of the 60s, but back in Australia, it's got a big population. So you go and do your show, you do the Australian Beatles show, which we did back then, you go into a club, you go really well in the club, say, you guys are fantastic, we'll see you in a year's time, because it was too specific a group, and they didn't want to repeat it too often. So I thought, this is not good. So we formed 60s Mania, and 60s Mania is a smorgasbord of everything. So a little bit of Beach Boys, a little bit of the Doors, a little bit of the Monkees, a little bit of the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, the Hollies, the Searchers.
It really sounds good, Andrew. Hey, Andrew, you're going to be appearing, you said, next week. We want to promote that one more time. I gotta cut you short now because I got a few more minutes of the show, and I want to get to some other things. I really appreciate you calling, and you promised next time you're going to come in studio and do this.
I will. I'm just on the road right now, so
yes.
I get back to Vegas tomorrow. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great show. We've also got Vanessa LaGrande. She's in the show with us next week, and she's singing. So she's doing like Cilla Black and Shula Clark and Dusty Springfield. So it's a big variety of everything. The other good thing too, before I head out of here and let you go, is next week the show is kids can go to the show, so parents can bring their kids along.
There you go.
Which is great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. Talk to you soon, okay?
Take care, buddy.
Okay, thank you. There you go. How about that?
I think that's amazing. That
is amazing.
Yeah.
I want to, Miss Mala, one more time about what's your next gig.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we started talking about the open mic night. So we launched that 2 years ago, and it has been a huge success over at the Mint. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. I will resume that in September, and right now it's being handled by Dean Perry. And then I do my DJ gigs on Sundays, and I've got a new partnership that I'm working on, a duo, a great musician, sings, plays keys. We're going to do some lounges on the Strip, all kinds of stuff.
Good. I'm going to play, take a break. I'm going to come back, and Tom and Ninon are going to have a nice conversation about things in England. It should be very interesting. We'll be right back. Hey,
oh, it absolutely does, darling.
Here's Miss Mala doing her tribute to Selena as we go to break.
I can't say it.
Go to break.
I was repeating to the
That cut itself out by itself, Miss Mala.
Perfect.
Yeah, stop by itself.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. All right, when we come back, we're going to go Nina and Tom. We have, we're going to have 10 minutes left. Well, actually 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes.
Sounds good. Everybody's doing great. Thank you so much.
We've got a constant 12-11 eyes on.
You like that Beatles?
That, you know what, to me, the invasion of that sound to America was a great period.
He's terrific at it.
Yeah, I would like to see that show.
I agree with a lot of shows.
Doctors of Hair. Call now. 702-751-0086. That's 702-751-0086. Or online at doctorsofhair.com.
Doctors of Hair. Now you know.
I would love to go see Vincent tomorrow.
1 minute?
Yeah.
1 minute.
He's gonna have quite a crowd, but it's a one and done.
And then this is the final segment.
I think if it's successful, though, I think he'll do another.
Okay. You can only have your friends come so we can. But he's, listen, he's a great performer.
He is. He's amazing.
30 seconds.
He needs to really work on his energy.
You think? Those drugs are working perfectly for him.
Help is just a call away, 24/7. If you are pregnant and struggling with opioid use,
No, I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant.
Opioid use. You're not
We're
pregnant?
struggling with opioid
Didn't think you were.
use, right?
I'm struggling with, no, I'm not.
So you can take a lot of opioids.
I can take anything I want. I can do anything I want.
Here we go.
I'm of age.
Here we go.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks Radio Show. I'm Ron Garrett, your host. Final segment with Ninon, Miss Mala, Neil Portnoy, Tom Hillary. And a quick shout out once again to Rose Kingsley's show Thursday, August the 11th at Gatsby's. Dinner starts at 6:30 and her show starts at 8. And the show is called Rose Kingsley Sings Sinatra
Wow.
Her Way.
Her way.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
How's
cool.
that, huh? That should be a pretty good show. Ninon
Yep.
and Tom.
Yes.
Tom Hillary, you recently produced a couple of movies in England. Ninon was a famous modeling person in England and an entrepreneur and a socialite and so many honors that she had. And we're so happy to have her in Vegas. What do you think about all that?
So she wants to finance my next movie, is what you're saying.
No, I want to own it.
She knows what she's talking about.
Different approach to get to the same place, Ninon.
Absolutely. So let's do it together.
We'll make you Jewish yet. Keep going.
Well, Tom
You
Hillary,
know something? I could answer that, but I'm on radio, so I probably won't.
No
I
answers, no answers.
No, I won't answer that.
I didn't know Tom was Jewish.
We are alive.
No, she wants to own it.
Not that I can
She wants to own it.
Don't give me the details, Neil. I don't need them.
Later.
Well, you know, what I found when I'm working with people over in England is, you know,
Yes.
thank God they're not making Cleopatra or the Avengers universe over there. So they're not expecting these, like, huge multi-million-dollar budgets.
No, we can work on a smaller budget, but not too small.
Not too small. You gotta eat. I understand that. But it made me feel like there was more of a sense of, I'm just doing this for the art. I'm not looking to make it big. I don't think I'm going to live in a mansion because I cut a record. Am I interpreting
You're
British
absolutely
entertainment?
interpreting it totally correctly. We're not so much interested in the money side, it's more of the creative side of what we do and what we've always done. And I think that's why we were talking about the Beatles, and I think that's why the Beatles became so famous. I knew them when I was on Park Avenue or somewhere in London, and I saw them all, and everything is all exciting and everything. But that's why they became famous, because it wasn't because they were from Liverpool, it wasn't because of anything else, it was because they had talent and who they were and
So
what they
you're saying
projected.
the English people are not crazy egomaniacs like the American and Hollywood people are?
I would say it's a little different.
A little bit different.
A little bit
They
different.
have a little more humble.
Yeah, they're a little more humble, but also, you know, the American movies are the most famous, you know, in the world. So,
Sure.
you know, I mean, the English movies were always a little bit downgraded because we
But their comedies are fantastic because the English sense of humor is really great.
I agree with that.
You bet.
But yeah, so I think it's a little different. Are you going to do another movie there, or what's happening?
Yes, we're already, well, Honey Trap is in post-production right now. That's right.
Honey Trap? That
Honey
sounds
Trap,
pretty
yes.
cool. What's all this about? Honey Baby Tom.
It's about a beautiful little Russian girl named Inosenka.
Oh, Denisenko.
Her name means innocence.
Not in your movie, buddy.
Doesn't sound like an innocent movie to me.
No, it isn't.
So what got you into England, though?
Well, you know,
why
it's
did you?
interesting. Well, I'm financing out of Las Vegas. The distributor I work with, Stuart, is actually based here in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
We've known each other quite a few years, and he knew the kind of material I write. It's designed to be, done on a low budget, but to be very character-driven.
Would that be a little bit like Benny Hill? Remember the Benny Hill show?
Well, I remember it
My
well.
husband loved that show. Oh, he thought it was the greatest show out. He loved the English humor.
It was hilarious, Nina.
It
Benny
was.
Hill was hilarious.
He was so funny. He really was.
You've also got Monty Python.
Oh, Monty Python.
Funny.
Well, don't forget they did a show in Torquay, where I'm from. That's where I'm born.
Was that where Monty Python did the show?
I think that wasn't it, in Torquay?
I believe it was.
I believe it was. Yeah, Torquay, damn it. Yeah. We became famous.
Tom made the movie by cell phone. He was talking to the producers and the directors by cell phone.
See what happens in this day and age? It's internet, it's cell phone. You can just be lounging on the beach or sitting there having a lovely double martini and say, oh, now, can you move to the left and can you move to the right? Speak up.
That's okay, Tom. Finish up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it wasn't by choice. What happened was there was an error in production. We had to reshoot the climax scene.
Oh.
But of course, they're shooting it in England, and I'm here in Nevada. So I actually had to shoot it with a video call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Directing these guys.
Thank you, Ninon and Tom. I want to go to Neil real quick here.
Yeah, I just want to question that 3,000-mile climax or 6,000-mile climax. That's what he said.
That's exactly what he said. Let's
Exactly
not elaborate on it.
Let's
Don't
move on
forget
from
their
there.
name and
Neil, talk
Sussex.
about the gallery real quick.
Real quickly, Portnoy Gallery's Wham event for August is coming up very quick. I believe it's the 9th. And we have Carnell Johnson with the band Coverland. It's going to be a great event. A lot of raffle prizes, donated signed memorabilia from the Golden Knights. And of course, Carnell is the Golden Pipes, does the national anthem. And Lene, who will be singing with him, the band Coverland, does the national anthem for the Silver Knights. It's going to be from 6 to 9, $20 admission, benefiting the Tyler Robinson Foundation for Pediatric Cancer.
Cool.
Thank you, Neil. Let me get back to you, Ninon, real quick. So,
Always coming back to me. What do
real
you
quick.
want
I want to
now?
know.
What do you want to know?
I want to know when you're coming back on television.
I'm coming back. It's funny, I just got a call.
Just now?
No. Well, yes. No, I just got a call from Maria, and she said there's too many people calling her. She said, Ninon, we have to come back sooner than we were going to come back. And she also asked me if I did want to come back, and I said, yes, I did want to come back, because what my whole aspect of what I do is giving the music industry that haven't quite made it, but they need a little publicity. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's why I'm coming back, because I want to help them.
We want you back.
Okay.
Real quickly, it's Cover Lane. I got corrected by the beautiful Dorothy.
Oh, okay.
It's called Cover Lane.
Cover Lane.
Well, we're glad to hear that there is a future.
There's a future. There's definitely a
sounds good.
future. Yes, I can't.
But you
just
got to
sit
take
there.
it to another level, Ninon.
So I want your help, Ron.
I'm trying to take myself to another level. You know, you want to come with me, maybe?
I'll come with you. We'll both go to the next. Wait a second. We're both old enough to do that.
My next level is sleeping in late every single day.
Sleeping in late.
And having nowhere to go except to enjoy some time with my honey Tammy as we run around the country in various places. Coming up.
Talking of enjoying life,
I will.
Everybody makes the journey to get to their destiny. Don't forget to enjoy the journey as you're going to the destiny, because we miss out that whole sort of 10-year thing.
How do people get a hold of you?
They can get many ways. They can get.
No, Tom. Sit down, Tom.
Sorry. 310-867-5959. Everybody says, Nina, why do you give your phone number out? Well, why do I have a phone if I don't give it out?
Great line.
I like that.
That's right.
So that's why I give my phone number out. I don't want to be hidden. I've never been hidden. I don't want to be hidden now. You can also reach me on my email, which is ninon@ninonspeaks.com. You can reach me at my, my real estate company. I have a real estate company called ninon@nddproperties.com. I also have a antique thing, which is called Antiques, NDD Antiques. So I've got a lot of stuff going on, as usual, because I am a Gemini and we like to be busy all the time. And Ron, I would love to thank you so much for having me on your show, and all the crew here and everybody. It's so nice to be here.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Miss Mala.
Yes.
How do people get a hold of you?
Okay.
You're available, right?
I
Corporate
am.
gigs, nightclubs.
Yes, let's do this. So, Miss Mala Las Vegas on Instagram, Miss Mala Music page on Facebook, Miss Mala Las Vegas at yahoo.com, 702-781-4781. I also have an Airbnb in Rosarito, Mexico. They can contact me for that as well.
Oh, okay. Neil, you and Dorothy need a trip to Rosarito.
Yeah, I get nothing other than I'd love to go to Mexico because I enjoy that country, and I'm learning Spanish.
Okay. What do you know so far?
One word at a time.
One word. Tom, thank you for being here today.
Cerveza, margarita, baño.
The next movie coming up in England is called Student Bodies. In the meantime, watch Looks Get Killed on Tubi TV.
Student Bodies, I love that.
Yes,
I knew you would.
To me.
Thank you, Ninon. We appreciate
Thank you, thank you.
the one-name star,
Thank you.
Ninon de Vere de Rosa.
I love it.
Thank you, Miss Mala.
Thank you so much for having
Good
me.
to see you. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
And we hope to have you back soon. Thank you, Neil. We'll see you over there on Tuesdays at the Wham event. And Tom, good to see you again. And thanks for watching and listening, everyone, to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. Our mission each week is to motivate, support, encourage, and promote local entertainers, famous or not. I love being here each and every week. Thanks to studio producer Mark Thomas. Also thanks to official photographer Brian. No full 2 weeks left with Brian, then his job is taking him away from us for a little while. And I love to chat every week here with best that Vegas has to offer, and this room proves it over and over again. Thank you all. Remember, live fearlessly. Run towards life.
Love it.
Good night. You're still on. You're still on. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I see we had a real good audience tonight. It was a great show. But lovely guests, Ninon and Miss Mala, Neil and Tom Hillary. Everybody had good things tonight. Next week, we hope to have a great show with the producer and star of Reckless in Vegas, Mr. Michael Cicillo. Thanks for watching. See you next week.